2.9 thousand on Friday, 2.3 thousand yesterday, and not a single dollar of my own capital was at risk. So if you guys are trying to trade solo without prop firm backing, you're falling behind. Let me guys show you how I did this step by step. So look, these aren't just, lucky trades. This is a result of sticking to a proven plan, using prop firm capital the right way, and showing up with discipline and consistency every single day. And it's just not me seeing these results either, guys. One of our trading club members, Nicky, just locked in his first $5,000 Topstep payout and treated himself to a holiday in Mexico. Isn't that absolutely incredible? Good work, Nicky. So in this video, guys, I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how I was able to make 2.9 thousand on Friday and then 2.3 thousand here yesterday just on my Express Topstep funded accounts. We'll go through the entries, the psychology, and how you guys could use the exact same approach to take advantage of funding firms and start getting payouts. In May alone, I took 7 payouts from Topstep across my 5 Express funded accounts, and I've already today locked in some amazing gains. So let's jump on the chart and I'll break it all down for you guys. So before we do anything, guys, I'm not just going to give you random numbers with no proof. I'm going to show you guys the actual trades here. So you guys can see here, 50K Express funded account. This is the 2 trades I took on Friday. We got 2,500 here plus a $350 that I added into my position. And then if I just show you guys the trades from last night, we got 1,180 here, and then 870 here, and then on the same day plus 320 here. So 2 incredible days. $5,000 in 2 days using Topstep. We could literally take the rest of the month off if we really wanted to. But I'm definitely I think I have one more $200 green days on one of these accounts, and then we're gonna lock in the payout. So I'll show you guys the first trade. I'll just show you guys on this account just so you guys can see. And this is the moves that we have been calling on our live streams for the past couple of days. You guys saw me on Friday talk about these moves here on gold, how we were calling price to come back up into this 3,400 level. Like I say, I've been speaking about this level on YouTube for absolutely free as well. So hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of it. Now, I didn't get this trade as much as I would have wanted. Now, I was trying to take this trade on Friday and trying to hold this up for a much bigger, $6,000+ trade. However, on Friday, it just couldn't quite get there. And I'll show you guys what I mean. So the trade I took here on Friday was longs from here. Once price came down, this was our liquidity levels from our London stream. You guys can go back onto the Topstep YouTube channel and watch these liquidity levels being given. So on Friday, I actually took a loss in the London session trying to buy up into this level for about minus $300. However, once price came down, re-grabbed the lows again, that's then where I got long on the break of these highs with my first entry at 31.96 around here, and playing it up into these highs here, and my exit was back above these previous highs. Now, I was trying to hold this up for a much bigger move. However, I could just see price was stalling, wasn't quite getting there, so I wanted to lock in my gains, and we closed this at, you guys can see at the bottom, 32.2. So here, from here to here, that was 126 trade. I initially got in for 2 contracts, and I entered in 2 more around here, and I got out right at the highs because I was basically anticipating, well, we're failing to break above. This could easily be liquidating these highs before having a steep pullback. Although I was ideally trying to hold this up into this huge trendline play, and this is what I was saying on our live streams, I was like, I imagine a lot of people are trying to short this trend line, sitting their stops just above here and here, and that was my ideal overall targets. Playing it up into this Asia high and back into previous day high here for a very big move. However, I'm not here to predict, I'm here to react. So I'm reacting to the fact that we're failing to close above the resistance. We're just liquidating highs. That's my exit right there. So entry confirmation, liquidity ground to the lows. Number 2, very clear upside targets. Every trade I take, I have to make sure I know where I'm trading into. Otherwise, how am I going to know when to exit my trade? So exit right at these 2 very nice liquidity levels that we gave on the live stream. And then that was the trade out there full. So again, like you guys saw in the last video, if you haven't already, be sure to watch that psychology video. A day of waiting for a $2.9 thousand trade. It pays for itself. And the same thing happened last Friday as well. I waited the entire day and then took a 2-minute $900 trade. And that is why patience absolutely pays. So that was the first trade from Friday. And then the trade I took yesterday, guys, we called this in our pre-New York market call. Now, a lot of you guys do ask me, Do I stream New York session? I do not stream New York session. I stream 3 hours for the London session. That is absolutely more than enough. However, we do pre-New York and pre-Asia market calls every single day. So you guys have my full game plan coming into the New York session, which sometimes I trade, sometimes I don't. It depends on the markets. Now, yesterday, here's where I got long here, guys. Let's put on the risk reward tool. And what I was basically saying to the guys is we've had this phenomenal push here in the London session, which I wasn't able to catch. You know, a little bit frustrating, but it's fine. I still have my upside targets of 3,400. I still had these major highs up here and, you know, previous 4-hour highs as well. So I'll show you guys the 2 trades from yesterday. Look how much price we've done. This is absolutely incredible. So I got long around here on gold, and our entry price for the first entry was, you guys can see at the bottom, 3372.9. So let's just put this in. 3372.9. Our exit price was 3384.7. And that's where we got our full for both of the trades. Now, again, reasons for entry, guys. You had this incredible push up. You hadn't liquidated previous 4-hour highs. Again, although I wanted to hold this up for a very, very big move back up into 3,400, again, I was being very reactive. My entry up here is pretty overextended. So, you know, price could have easily came up, grabbed these highs before having a steeper pullback. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I just want to take my quick scalp. And I say scalp, you know, this is still 130 tick range. Like, that is absolutely massive. So I got long here on gold once you start grabbing the lows, holding support. This is also the flip of the 4-hour candle, which is what I was saying to the guys in the pre-New York market call. If you want to take the break of the 4-hour high, buys up into this previous 4-hour high and back up into here and back up into 3,400 was our trade as well. So you guys can see we got in here as we came down, grabbed lows, held support, took the flip of this candle and got out right at the previous 4-hour highs. Perfect entry, perfect exit, very little drawdown on this position. Absolutely beautiful. And you guys can see in the screenshots here, everyone inside the Traders Club who was able to catch this exact same move. Why? Because we gave the full entire game plan on our pre-New York market call. Now, I do not give signals. I do not stream the New York session. However, I give very detailed plans every single day. So we do Asia market calls, 3-hour London sessions, and then pre-New York market calls every day. So it doesn't matter what time zone you guys are trading on, there is absolutely no excuse to be able to maximize these markets in every single session. The plan works very, very well. And as a little bonus as well, guys, I did also just close my biggest trade to date on my personal. Now, I've blocked out the lot size because, you know, it's my personal account. This is more personal to me. I'll show you guys everything I do on the prop firm accounts. However, this is very personal to me, but we were able to lock in over 1,000 ticks. And it was the exact same trade I just showed you guys earlier on Friday, except I was able to hold this over the weekend and give it much more breathing room. And I woke up this morning and saw gold and had a fantastic push, and I locked in about 80%, and now I've got some small runners. So this is the power of liquidity, price action, and knowing where price wants to go. That's the very important part. Having very clear targets of where people are trying to short, where they're setting their stops, and that is our exit. Incredible past 2 days in the markets, locking in over $5,000 just from Topstep, not even including my personal account. I'll see you guys live on YouTube every single day here on my channel for the pre-London session, and then live on the Topstep YouTube channel as well. Appreciate you guys stopping by. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Trade safe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.